guys, welcome back to One Girl's Point of View. So today we're going to be finally getting to the 2,000 round review of the SIG X Compact. I've had this gun for about 6 months, got about 2,000 rounds through it. I think now is the perfect time, as that giant cannon goes off, I think now is the perfect time to actually go over my thoughts and how I feel about the gun, and then give you guys some of the pros and cons of what I've found through this review process. What we're going to do first though is we're going to get into the long bay performance of this gun. We'll hit some short bay stuff and then we'll talk about it. So all the shooting will be up front. That way you don't have to listen to me talk. You can just leave after that. So we'll get into the long bay. So let's step over here. Let's get to it. So for long bay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run everybody's favorite Dickens drill. From the Dickens drill, which is by this line, this is exactly 40 yards. I'm going to sprint up to a barrel that indicates 25 yards, doing a reload on the move, and then on a B8 target, I'm going to shoot 5 rounds, reload 5 rounds to get like a more of a distance accuracy kind of shoot with this pistol, since nobody really shoots further than like 5 yards with the pistol. So. All right, let's go look at it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're all on the paper, but they are off where I'm at. And that is not the pistol. That is definitely me not having zeroed this for this ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8 out of 10 rounds, so we missed 2. 9.
Yeah, all the love bugs.
All right, now we're over here, gonna do some short bay performance from a duty style holster, just to show off how easy it is to run this gun very quickly and how accurate the gun can be. Again, I am not the world's greatest, nor am I the world's fastest pistol shooter, so it's not 100% the gun's fault if there are some rounds. That guy's really mad at me right now. All right, here we go. You can actually see the fucking spray coming off of the powder. That's kind of cool. These two right here, we probably should have marked these, but it's those two. Heard the steel ding, these two. That one we didn't paint because we're not totally unprofessional. I think it was those two. And then these two in the chest. So, not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Let's run some, I'm gonna do we'll do some recoil management stuff. So I'll do like a failure to stop on this guy, and then I'll dump a bill drill into the steel target. And that way we can show it is a smaller gun, but if you're using this concealed carry wise, if you gotta get a lot of rounds off, you can definitely do it. So we're maybe, probably what, like 5 yards right here?
Yeah, I'd say about 5 maybe. That looks about like the 5.
5 yards, failure to stop, bill drill.
Shooter ready? Yep.
So, group, again, tap, tap, headshot, and then plate. Looks like the plate, because, again, total professionals, we didn't spray paint. Yeah. But as you can see, shooting very quickly, transitioning, bringing the dot from the holster. Like, SIG is known for their grip angles being very advantageous for shooters that have like, you know, they don't like the Glock grip angle. So if you like a more straight up and down 1911 style, this grip angle is gonna be the one for you. And I can really appreciate that, especially when you come out and you're trying to shoot fast. Like every time, even if I close my eyes, pull it out, the dot is always gonna be right in front of my face. So this just kind of goes to show the ability of the pistol to run quickly. I'll run one more drill for you guys, and then we'll start talking about this gun. Let's do. So this one, I think we should do. I'll do 2 rounds steel, failure to stop. 2 rounds steel, failure to stop.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, brother, hit it.
All right, shooter ready?
Yep. But it still hit everything. How many rounds we got in this mag? Let's hit a couple reloads. Go ahead.
Dead.
I killed him. Whoops. And I have 6 rounds in this mag. So let's get, what is it, 7?
It's probably about 7.
Okay.
That's close.
Time to get a bill drill.
All right. Shooter ready?
Yep. So, is the gun capable? Absolutely. Am I capable? No.
I'd say about 75% of the time.
75% accuracy SIG pistol, okay? You want to be 75% SIG pistol. Good enough. Okay. So let's get right into it. Reliability. This pistol has been utterly boring when it comes to reliability. I don't have anything negative to say in the reliability aspect. I have fed this thing a multitude of rounds from Winchester white box, so tool ammo, Monarch lacquer coated ammo, Browning 124 grain, Hornady, critical duties, critical defense, which are 2 separate rounds. I think one's like a plus P. Their American Defense 115 grain, which is what I have been carrying in this since I got it, as well as some, I already said Winchester white box, Federal, like a lot of Federal ammo, and then some Winchester NATO spec like 124 that I found at Academy. So I've fed this thing a ton of different ammos. It's eaten everything I've given it. The only reliability issues that we've had have been with these magazines, which are the ETS 17 round SIG mags. I had 3 failure to feeds, all with these mags. I have never had a problem with any of the SIG mags, so I would not recommend using these mags if you are planning on running these for like duty. These are terrible mags for that, but for training, they're perfectly fine. You know, a couple of malfunctions. You can actually see the follower right now is stuck. There you go, and now it's not. So even me picking this out of the box, and I haven't shot this or used this mag in like a month, the follower was seized up somewhere, somehow. So, you know, training mags, whatever, not really that big of a deal. I don't really chalk that up as a hit on the pistol. I chalk it up more as a hit on the mags. So pistol's been utterly reliable aside from using these mags. Specs and features. The pistol is a 3.6 inch barrel, came from the factory, mounted with the red dot, which I'll talk about here in a second. Has SIG's flat blade trigger, and all the buttons and where everything sits in relation to your hand, the size of the grip, the angle of the grip, everything feels amazing. I really, really like this pistol. has suppressor height night sights with a green dot front and white dot rear. And then your regular takedown lever is right here. The big con I have with this thing is if we look really close, you can see how the end of the actual slide and the frame, you have that little bit of gap right there. And if SIG had just made this thing just a tad longer, I feel like you could have fit a X300 on it, which might be a little overkill, but for like duty holster kind of work, I think that would have been awesome. It would have probably opened up a lot of companies to make just X300 320 holsters, and then you would be able to run this in like an M18 with an X300 holster instead of having to get a special made holster, which comes to my next point, would be holster compatibility. Safariland does make a holster for the TLR7 and the SIG X Compact. You do have to wait for it. I think I waited like 2 months for mine. My concealed carry holster was a T-Rex Arms Sidecar 2.0. Came in like 3 days, so good shit T-Rex Arms. But aside from that, this gun, you know, you can find holsters for it. It's not the most impossible, and as the popularity of the 320 becomes more prevalent, I think those holsters are going to also become more prevalent. So that's definitely a pro for this gun. The optic came mounted from the factory. I have not taken it off. I haven't checked to make sure the torque specs were correct. I have not removed the screws to check if there's Loctite. I just wanted to see if the optic would hold on and do its job, and it has totally done that throughout the review process. This optic has never come loose. It's never had an issue. I haven't had any zeroing problems, aside from, as you can see in some of the footage, from 25, my group is kind of high and to the left, and that's because I'm shooting 124 grain Browning, and I zeroed this pistol for 115 grain Hornady American Defense. So the difference in the zero at 25 and then also my shitty shooting is probably going to show more of that deviation than the pistol itself. So I don't necessarily chalk that up as an accuracy issue. It's more of a me and then not zeroing properly before we started that range day. Aside from all of that, it sounds like I have nothing but positives to say. And essentially, I basically do have nothing but positives. But I'm going to say something that may shock you, and it may make some people upset, and I really don't care, because I feel like I have a good enough reason for it. This pistol is about to go up for sale, and I plan on getting rid of this. And I know that's probably like, well, you just said that, you know, you just said, oh, well, I really like that pistol, and, you know, it's been a great pistol, blah, 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 reliability. It has been, and I have no reason to not trust this thing when it comes to reliability. However, this pistol does leave something in the category of peace of mind, and by that I mean the 320 as a whole. So along SIG's entire lineup, the 320 has been suffering from accidental discharges. I'm not saying that every 320 is going to have this issue. However, whenever I'm carrying a gun and it's going to hold my dick hostage for 3 to 4 hours a day, I don't really want to be nervous about this thing potentially going off. And with the track record of the 320, this pistol has been in the limelight a lot lately about it going off negligently in a holster. People not even touching it and the gun going off. There's a YouTuber that just over the last month was shooting a competition, and his X5 Legion, which is supposed to be a little bit higher of a gun than this, like higher quality, X5 Legion went off once he had it holstered, right? So he didn't put it in, crank the trigger off, he put it in the holster, and while he was taking his hands away, the gun went off. And I've seen multiple YouTube videos of this happening to comp guys. I've seen a couple of videos of cops. And some of it's negligence, right? I'm not going to say that every case is the gun's fault, but I will say that some of the ones that are proven that it is the gun's fault, like in his case that he had a faulty return spring, maybe he put 10,000 rounds and didn't change his springs, but does that mean that there is a threshold of safety built into these pistols where once I hit a certain thing, like it's a ticking time bomb? And to me, I don't want to have to worry about that, especially for something that's going to be pointed at my body for hours a day, right? I also have left this pistol condition 1 in a nightstand because I don't, you know, when I'm not concealed carrying, I don't have multiple guns strung around the house. I have a pistol, like I have a kid now, so I have one gun that's in a nightstand hidden to where she doesn't know where it's at. And, you know, this thing's been pointed in a direction, right? It's the safest direction I can have it pointed, but it would still potentially go through a wall and possibly hit somebody. And that's just because the pistol could potentially just go off on its own. So until SIG can unequivocally prove that they have fixed the problem and that it will not happen again, like whatever they're doing and it's continuing to happen even after the safety fixes, whatever they need to do to fix this for the commercial market and make it safe for everybody, they need to hurry up and do it, because I cannot maintain this pistol as an EDC pistol if I'm worried about it potentially hurting me. So that is my real big reason of just, I'm getting ready to put this up on TaxSwap and, you know, get rid of it and see where it goes. It's a great pistol. If you're a SIG fan and you want another pistol and you're looking for a, another gun from SIG, I think this is an awesome, awesome place to go. But for me personally, I can't carry this thing anymore with peace of mind knowing that it could potentially go off in my holster. So this is getting ready to be sold and potentially traded into something else. And then we'll see where we go from there. So that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate all the continual love, the continual support. I can't thank you enough for everything. This has been such a cool ride and I cannot wait to see where we go. We're getting close to 1,000 subs and we're gonna have a huge giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited to see where this goes. Big things on the list would be, you know, I am a full-time active duty military member, so my schedule is very unpredictable, especially as a combat instructor. I do work pretty much every weekend, so the time I do get to go to the range, we're cramming crap into the range trip as well as trying to get some training value out of the drive. So sometimes we'll go out and I don't like the footage. Sometimes we'll go out and I'm by myself and I don't like the videos where I'm filming it on my own. I don't think they look as good. So please bear with me. More stuff is definitely coming. I have got a lot of stuff in the works. I've got more guns that we're gonna bring in for review and for testing. We're getting ready to sell the SIG. So once the SIG is gone, we'll have another gun. We'll have more videos on that gun. So I really do appreciate you guys standing by me, and I promise it will be worth it in the end. And with that all being said, if you like what you've seen and you really like this kind of content, make sure you guys subscribe, stick around. We definitely have more coming. Leave a comment, even if it's just for the algorithm. I do appreciate that, and that will help me grow this channel as much as I can. But as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you around. Editing feature right there.
Yeah.
Right there. Long bay in big letters. Scrollings. We forgot to put up a target. So